I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay. Hey, Miss Dog Lover. Hey, you guys. So I wasn't planning on doing this live, but, and I'll explain that in a sec. Miss Dog Lover, I'm just going to drop it right here, the link for you. So you can come join me with that link there if you'd like to. Now, if I'm a little laggy, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm totally uploading, and I had 2 going at once, and they're very long. It's a very long upload. So even though I have a live tonight in a few hours with Delphi and Keegan, Klein and that whole stuff, I thought that since I've been working all day at trying to upload this video, I want to tell you something stupid that I did, actually. So my husband had got home, and most people should know by now, if they haven't, that my husband's from the UK. He's from Nuneaton. I decided as he got home, I was like, hey, honey, what do you think of my thumbnail? And he's like, why do you have, what's the guy's name? Ronnie, what did he say? Ronnie Barker on your thumbnail. I was like, that's not Ronnie Barker, that's Rupert Fletcher. What do you mean? And he's like, no, that's Ronnie Barker. So I'm like looking at my upload, because I've already had to upload it from Wondershare. Hey, support Steffa. And YouTube takes forever because the video is about 47 minutes long. And I got one picture in there that I thought was Rupert Fletcher. But I guess it's Ronnie Barker. Anyone that's from the UK would know this. So after working for 5 hours, finishing off that video, waiting for it to upload, taking forever, I have to go back and re-upload the whole darn thing because it's taken because of that one little picture that was in the video. But just for a second, that picture was in the video. So I had to re-upload it. So hence UK time right now is like 10 o'clock on there. And so, yeah, so I'm probably not going to drop that video today because it's only at, here's this Dog Lover. Hey, sexy, how are you?
Hi. Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm just nursing a few wounds from my holiday. Never a holiday without some kind of drama.
So, are you a walking klutz? Are you one of those people?
Pretty much. Yeah. But actually, I actually wasn't drunk, which is surprising.
Amazing.
I upgraded to a private pool suite overlooking the mountains and the sea, and at night, and it just looked amazing. So I switched off all the lights, and I stepped off of the decking onto a really uneven surface, went straight down on my knees, and just smashed in both my knees.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are they all like chopped up a bit?
Yeah, they have been, but they're healing now, so I'm all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been through
what? I'm not gonna lie though, that has to suck. You're just there to enjoy your vacation, and then something like that happens. And bottom, you know what I mean? It's like you know that your legs are throbbing the rest of the night, if not the next day as well. And
no, they're still hurting now, but at least I didn't nearly break my neck like I did in Australia. That was really bad.
Don't come to Canada.
No.
Heaven knows what, you might get lost in the mountains or something like that. I don't know.
Eaten by a bear.
Yeah, eaten by a bear, exactly.
How are you anyway? What's been going on?
Uh, Not much. Just really been making videos. Um, this Nicola Bully one that I'm working on. This one actually, once it actually dawned on me, and then someone gave me the information of who Ron was and who Penny's sister was, and that timeline. It really dawned on me how Ron's story could make sense. Now, I'm not going to talk about it because then there would be no point that I spent all that time, like hours and hours and hours, making that video. Um, Hence why I kind of came on here just to be like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I was going to drop that video today with all intents purposes, all because of this one person named Ronnie Barker. I'm re-uploading it right now. So if I'm a little bit
Ronnie Barker.
Right, my husband. I showed him my thumbnail, right? And it had like Rebecca Fletcher on it, Ron. Now I've never seen a picture still of his wife. Like, meaning I know who she is, but I haven't seen a picture of her because some people don't always do Facebooks and stuff like that, or they go private, especially after the Nicola Bully thing happened, and then the Fletchers have taken quite a bit of slack on a lot of things for sure, and Ron as well. And so yeah, and so I had this Ronnie Barker, and I asked my husband, I was like, "How's the thumbnail?" And he's like, "What do you have Ronnie Barker on there for?" Actually, no, what he did was he's like, "Wait, why do you have that guy on there?" And he's like, "I gotta call my mom for a sec, right?" And a British accent, and his mom's like, "Oh, you mean Ronnie Barker?" Whatever. And I'm just like, in the video I have one little speck of that picture, and I'm like, so I have to re-upload all because of that one picture, because it wouldn't sit right with me, because I know that every person out there would be going, "That's Ronnie Barker," in the comments, and I can't have answering back all of that, so I'm like, fine, forget it. I'm just gonna delete it, and then re-upload it again. And yeah, it took a long time to make, but I feel like I've totally can make sense of that whole Penny, who Ron is, and if you guys don't know, which a lot of people have no clue, like myself, who Ron was, this is the part that I want to smack myself for, okay?
Because are you talking about Ron, the guy, the dog walker, or are you talking about
correct
Ronnie Barker?
No, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I've moved on to Ron the dog walker now.
Do you know who Ronnie Barker is?
Now I do. I thought it was Rupert Fletcher until my husband, it was, Mom, who's that one from that movies again? And he's, because my husband, he has that, what's his name? King Jun Fong, whatever guy, King Jong Fong, whatever that guy is. He has that for a picture, so that I can tell.
I don't know, but you're not making much sense.
Yeah, sorry.
Shall I read out to people in the chat who Ronnie Barker was?
Sure, go ahead.
Ronald William George Barker, OBE, 25th of September 1929 to the 3rd of October 2005, was an English actor, comedian and writer. He was known for his roles in British comedy television series such as Porridge, The Two Ronnies, and Open All Hours. Is that the guy that you were talking about?
Yeah. Apparently I thought it was Rupert Fletcher, because I remember looking at the dude going, really? Anne-Marie married that? Oh, okay.
Who's Rupert Fletcher?
Rupert Fletcher is Penny Fletcher's son.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'll let you continue anyway.
So, no, but it was the only picture. Like, he doesn't have a Facebook profile besides, like, that one. And I didn't know any better. I didn't know it was some English actor. My husband did, obviously. I didn't. But, I never asked my husband about a thumbnail. And I just decided to go, "Hey, honey, do you like my thumbnail?" And then he starts telling me. So I'm so glad that I actually did that. This is what you call, you guys, karma working its way perfectly. So before I look like a moron, at least I had the time to sit there and take it down. It just that now that delayed my video till tomorrow because I don't, normally I would like to put a video out for the UK time at about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. So that way it's kind of like in the evening time for someone to get and watch it type of thing. You don't want to be like a complete idiot and drop it at a time that everyone in the UK is sleeping. The whole purpose for Nicola Bully, for the most part, is for the UK people, hence lives during the day is for the UK time. You drop it at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That's just asinine, to be honest. Wouldn't make sense. Your whole point is that you want your UK viewers, for it to come to them. And what I didn't realize up until recently, actually, and maybe it's just because I don't know YouTube all that well when it comes to all the ins and outs and technical stuff is then this is less the fact, of course, of people that freaking buy subs and buy views, those cheaters and scammers of the world and stuff like that. But anyways, subscribers are, they're really like a number in a sense, because if you actually look at your numbers, 76% of people that actually watch your videos aren't even subscribers. So subscribers are typically the ones that like to watch your content and get the notifications. They hit the notification bell and da. But it's really about YouTube pushing out your algorithm. That is why that pretty much 76% typically are unsubscribed to you. So really it becomes that subscribers, in a sense, like some people have 100K and whatever. But if videos aren't getting pushed out or anything like that by YouTube, and that's the whole point of it, and that's the whole point of like likes and shares and all those things, is because the more that people give likes and shares, the more it pushes it out into the algorithm, the more that YouTube will recommend your video. And that's really the point. Now, because
but how boring are those channels where you can't interact with the host? Like,
say that
this
again?
channel, how boring are those channels? The big channels where you can't actually interact with the host properly. Like this channel, you do call-ins, and that's fantastic. Like the bigger channels, it's just yeah.
Okay. Each to their own. Like some people turn their comments off and stuff like that. I personally have always been like, I've spent my entire life in customer service and hospitality, so I like the interaction of people. There's your really nice people out there, and then there's your doofasses, really, that, but those come with the territory too. But at the end of the day, you take the good with the bad, and all that stuff. But I don't really care. I am me. That's all I'll ever be. Either someone likes me or they don't want to watch the channel, or they do. It's really a personal choice to people. You could be the nicest.
But you're so welcoming to everyone. And I was just thinking earlier today, it was the Delphi case. Something popped up on my feed on YouTube, and I went down that rabbit hole, and it came to your channel, and that was the first channel that brought me to Delphi.
Yeah.
So I think it was fate.
Thank you. And thank you guys. Cause like, actually, to be honest with you, if I was being truthful, I've been probably losing some of the Delphi base, because Adam and I, like, even though we're doing Delphi tonight, now I spent over 2.5 years doing Delphi, because Delphi only up until Richard Allen got arrested. And we all know this, and I'll be perfectly honest, of course, is that there's people out there that literally ride a case, but it's not with genuine intentions. And that's their prerogative to do so. Hey, if they want to say that Nicola Bully's dog, had a ball, and then the next week saying, oh, like, look at this, and she didn't have a ball, and oh, hey, let me make up another thing, each to their own on how they want to do it and stuff. But I refuse to like ride a case just because I want to create the content. But when I'm interested and Adam's interested in the Nicola Bully case, and I'd say maybe me a little bit more so, because I have more time to pay attention to it, just like Delphi. I want to talk about it with the other people that have their thoughts, because I'm still looking for answers, because I'm very, like I was, and I still am very confused with certain things with the Nicola Bully case. Do I want to talk about it? Yeah, of course. If I didn't, I wouldn't do a show on it, and I wouldn't do videos on it. So to me, it always becomes, for me, okay, not anybody else, but for me, it always becomes about what's the intent. I will never put money in front of a human being, but I'm also not an idiot. And it's, if I want to talk about Nicola Bully and that case gets a lot of views, so be it. I put out videos about Brian Koberger that might get 200 views, 250 views. It doesn't matter. It's, I want to make a video about that, whether it gets high views or low views. It's a matter of being genuine about what you're doing, you know, but that's me. That doesn't mean that that speaks for everybody, because we all know that people are just in it for the money, and they'll kiss anybody's butt just to get them to be a subscriber or whatever. But each to their own. I mean, I don't care. Other channels can do what they want. But at the end of the day, just going to do me. Delphi. So my point there was, is that Delphi has always been a huge case, but because me and Adam pulled back from it because we didn't want to ride off the case just to keep regurgitating like the same stuff. There was really no new information at all. And, and then it just becomes boring because you're just talking about the same. It's like you're creating a live just to get views and clicks, but yet there's nothing really going on. And there's other stories out there that need to be brought into the, spotlight as well. So Delphi means a huge amount to me, but then you start losing a little bit of your base because you're not doing lives as much. But by the same token, like Nicola Bully, people want to talk about Nicola Bully still. There's a lot of people out there like myself that want to talk about Nicola Bully. I've had mostly good comments. This one jerk the other day said something like, well, you're just making money. Dude, seriously, if you consider getting 10,000 freaking views, which I rarely ever get off a video because I'm not big enough yet, and I get $20 from that video, heaven forbid that might pay for the $250 that I put out. I don't rake in a lot of money. Like, seriously, if someone were to ask me, like, right now, what I stand with YouTube money, it's literally just over $400 for 19 days worth of videos that took way more hours to make than ever. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like someone sits there and thinks I'm raking money in off Nicola Bully or Delphi and stuff like that. They're crazy. Okay, working at a job, I mean, $3,400 a month with a few $100s from YouTube money. It costs about $250, and that's just mine for all the programs that I use in order to make videos. So, people that aren't creators have no clue how long it takes, the work that goes into it. So if I broke it actually down, I probably make about 5 cents an hour, to be honest with you. But anyways, I just want to say that for anyone that has no clue and wants to be so judgmental, but in this channel here, if you're a jerk, you will get booted. You will get blocked and you will get booted. Because this channel is about caring about other people and having nice conversations, and that everyone is entitled to an opinion. It's just a matter of if you're ignorant in that opinion as you're saying it. So I don't care if somebody thinks that the sky is black, green, yellow, orange, whatever. That's their prerogative and their right, and they can say that all they want. It's who am I to sit there and tell them otherwise? But if you're a jerk about it, you're going to get the big toe out of here, because I have about 1,000 people blocked because I don't put up with that. Being in true crime is about caring and being compassionate. It's about helping other people. And if people can't play nice in the sandbox, then they can get out of the sandbox. So that's how this channel works. And either they like that or they don't. This channel likes to joke around and have balance with being able to talk to our guests, being able to joke around, knowing full well it's never taking away from the heinous crimes that have gone on. Hello from Paisley, Scotland. Hello. So Sharon, seeing that you're from Sharon, Sweden, seeing that you're from Paisley, Scotland, have you heard of the Reese Roger case out there? I put a video out on there not too long ago as well. Miss Dog Lover, you've heard of that one, right? The Reese Roger case?
No, I think that was one I haven't heard of.
Yeah, again, It might not get a lot of views, but my heart is breaking for that mother of two that her partner just kind of disappeared. Someone said to me in one of the comments, like, you can't compare that to the Nicola Bully case. I sure can, because he was camping and he basically called his partner, Paula Erzi, and it's like he just vanished, right? Disappeared. You don't know what happened to him. You don't know if he's in the water drowned somewhere. You don't know if he walked away from life. You don't know if he took his own life, or you don't know if there was third party involvement. Same idea, just because, you know what I mean? So how is that not the same? It's somebody that has two children that wants her partner back, has no clue what happened to him. Imagine going through that type of pain, that your partner goes camping, calls you up at 11:18, and then all of a sudden just disappears. And right? And he's about a mile, no, sorry, at 11:30. Yeah, he was about a mile or so from his campsite. So what was he doing? Like, meaning he was doing something, obviously. My head goes through, he either left his life or took his life, because he's literally walked like from his camp, from the people that he's camping with, and just walked away. And then his phone turns off 1 minute after he's talked to his partner. But he has two children, just like Paul and Nicola, right? Two children. There's children involved. But the bottom line is, imagine if that happened to you, that person that you love just disappeared out of your life, and you think that everything was going great, everything was fine, and who would do this to their children and blah, blah, blah. But you don't know. You don't know, what really happened to him. And that was the same with Nicola Bully. Until Nicola Bully was found, everyone is just going like, what? Like no way they couldn't find her. No way that the sonars couldn't find her. No way that she just fell and, nobody saw her within like a few minutes, and, like 13 minutes or whatever. You're just like, no way. You just can't make sense of it. So then you start going, okay, well, what did happen to Nicola Bully? And so it just becomes like a puzzle. And kind of like this next video, the video coming out, it was like taking Ron and what Penny were saying. And then when someone gave me like the names and that, and you're just going, wait a second here. I think I understand from the Penny to the Ron angle, how it transpired, knowing that we don't have as much information like the police do. So you have to use your brain cells, and you have to go through all the crap that the media has said and the police have said, knowing that they've double talked themselves and that they've, missaid stuff in the news media. I've never even looked at like the sleuths of what they said. I'm talking about strictly with media and police. And then all of a sudden it dawns on you, wait a second, this can make sense that both Penny and Ron both came across the phone at separate times. Once you start looking at everything, and then it just hits you, and you're like, okay, I can actually make sense of this. And then you have to sit there and read between the lines. And even though we haven't been told something, Miss Dog Lover, you can still, like, for instance, Penny. It was clear to me that Penny didn't have a phone. Now, it's never been said that Penny didn't have a phone by the police or by the whatever, but you can tell by these certain actions that Penny must have not have taken her phone with her, right? So anyways, hey, William, hey, Boo. Someone is covering something up. It stinks. Well, like I said, the video that will come out will give you guys, like I said, I basically wrote it out, and then I'm showing you guys it on Google Maps. I've taken the little icons, except for Ron. Ron accidentally took the wrong one, so I had to go back and find Ron and bring him back over. But I use Google Maps, and again, people can make of it what they will. I like to think in the common sense box about, okay, how can we make sense of this? So have you been paying much attention to it, Miss Dog Lover?
Well, there's not really much going on at the moment,
No.
But I was just wondering if you're open to other cases. I've got some suggestions that you could have a look at that have been obviously concluded now, but the audience might find quite interesting.
I was going to say, I get asked this all the time. So definitely you can make some suggestions about whether or not I do them is a different story.
Yeah.
It really just depends because I'm not going to lie. I have so much time between the US and then, for the trying to, the UK ones and the Reese Roger one. So you can send me a couple and I'll take a look at them and then I'll see only because it does. It takes hours and hours a day. And, I have other channels that I try to get to and, that I'm trying to start off as well, not into true crime stuff, but it's just like before you know it, like I spend pretty much 18 hours on the computer a day,
Okay, it was more just mentioning a case rather than you going into like do
Sure.
all the work. I just wanted to mention the case that has caused a lot of controversy in the UK with people not trusting the police in the UK, and that was the Red Rum of
Red Rum.
Sarah Everard, who was abducted and red rummed by a Metropolitan Police officer. And that was in 2021. And that was in South London, so quite near me. I don't know if you've heard about it.
No.
And he was previously, he had been seen indecently exposing himself at McDonald's, which was actually literally 5 minutes down the road from where I live. So it's so close to home. All of this stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Just really terrible.
I was going to say, I have no problem doing a video where it's just highlighting some cases, when people are missing and you put a bunch of different pictures out and you kind of give people reminders that, these cases still exist. So you can feel free to send me those cases and then, not that I would dive into them fully, of course, but that they're put into a video. So just a reminder.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask if it was okay to mention it, because when you're talking about a certain topic, I didn't want to come in with something different and disrupt the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine, Miss Dog Lover. Like I said, you can put them in the messenger type of thing, and I can do a video if there's certain cases that, if there is certain cases that people want me to highlight in a video of cases that are going on that, again, I'm not really sure which is the biggest cases going on out there personally, like meaning Nicola Bully's case I came across, and Reese Roger I came across, and because of crime scene to courtroom, which is John, of course, he let me know about the Lucy Leppi case, which is very interesting, and that one's going on. And I think
we had Libby Squire, who was a student in Hull, who was red rummed, and they found her in the Humber estuary. There's quite a few, it's just not publicised as much globally. Very disturbing stuff.
Yeah, what I find a little harder is in the U.S. Even though I'm from Canada, you guys, in the U.S., which Adam's from, in the cases that I follow, I have not followed a Canadian case yet, to be honest with you. I got to. I should. I really should. But in all fairness, it's the U.S. cases that keep grabbing me because I've always watched more of the U.S. news than my own Canadian news. I just always have, and all that. But it's so easy to pull information off somebody in the U.S. The U.K., not so easy. Like that's what was driving me mad, because if I was to look up Nicola Bully or Paul Ansel or anybody in the U.S., I'd be like telling you all their siblings. I'd be telling you everything, their friends list, everything. In the UK, not so easy. They don't give out information. Neither does Canada, but the information's a lot harder to find, especially if I don't live there. And then I have to figure out what search people use over there. Do you think so?
Well, I'll just keep sending you info, Sonny.
Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
send it to
Right.
you.
I really wish that my mother-in-law, hey, mother-in-law, let me send you on an adventure. I mean, honestly, I would love to, like, if I could be one of those boots on the ground that's all over the place, I'd do that in a New York second, I just like that stuff. I just want to go up to this one. Denise Burns. Denise said, I found it strange that the psychic said Nicola was floating down in the middle of the river before she was found in the tree reeds before she was found. What do you think of that one, Miss Doglover? The fact that a psychic medium, which I'm all for, there's legit ones and then there's fakes and frauds, but what do you think about?
Well, I'm very open-minded about stuff. Like, I've been to see mediums before, and yeah, I've had dreams, and difficult to talk about without getting emotional. But after my brother died, a lot of things happened, so I'm very open-minded about things. But I can't help but feel that it's a bit of a coincidence, and I don't want to upset anyone, because everyone has the right to believe.
I mean,
like,
again,
but
if everyone, I mean, the thing is that, and that's the problem sometimes. People get so wrapped up into thinking that they're right instead of listening and being more open. Everyone still has a right to their opinion, regardless. So if someone doesn't like psychic mediums, so be it. If they do, so be it. But to bestow those thoughts on others, no. You can't control somebody else's thoughts or thinking, even if you think it's totally out of whack. Because I'm very open and spiritual myself, and I personally think, like, I mean, I read Jason Rothwell's or thing and whatever, and he had it was almost like it was a calling to him, in a sense, to go check it out. I don't know, to be honest. It doesn't really make a difference to me here nor there, because whether
Stanley,
or not,
we'll talk privately about the dream that I had the night my brother died.
Didn't you say that?
You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed.
You told me already.
I might have done. I don't know.
I think you were drinking and told me.
Crazy.
But yeah. But I know, right, exactly. And then trust me, like I said, I can sit there and tell you the experiences, and I never used to share them, but then I thought to myself, whenever I seen someone really sad, I would try to give them a little bit of help and try to ease their pain a bit by, I'm all about, I hate seeing people suffer. I hate it. It hurts my heart. Any of these cases, instantly my heart just feels sadness,
Exactly.
And
I've seen people on the train in London just crying. Like, I saw a girl, and she was just in the corner of the train just crying, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "No, I'm not."
Right.
Like, you have to ask people if they're okay. You have to look after people, because you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, of course. And that's where, like I said, my empathy and my like I said, I have a huge heart for anyone that doesn't know me. But I also, after you get older, and I'm going to be 54 July 3rd, and after a while, you just get tired of people's crap, and you learn when to give and when not to give as you get older, instead of almost like helping everybody before yourself. I've learned to balance that out, to realize that I matter as well. And I can't just keep always thinking about everybody else before my own needs. So I've learned to rein it in over the years and try to give, help and whatever. But if I see someone crying too, like you just said, of course I would, unless somebody else did, I would sit there and say the same thing. Like, are you okay? Because again, that's someone obviously that's sad, going through something. And sometimes, and this is where it makes a difference, sometimes all you have to do is just talk to somebody or say something the right way to somebody, and it means the world to them. It means the world. So people just need to like I said, get out of the selfishness of the world in a sense. And that's what makes me sad, is watching everything being so much about money. Adam, dude, I'm on a live. He's messaging. But anyways, yeah, like I just get really sad by the selfishness of the world, that people, instead of leaving nice comments, they want to leave like ignorant comments and stuff like that. Or it's not even just that. I could care less, you know. At the end of the day, I'll just be me in this world and do me, and I like who I am. And but I just wish that the world would be a little bit more compassionate towards each other, instead of always looking for reasons to try to hurt somebody, or try to, you know, hurt the feelings, or just be mean and nasty. So I just wish that that was like, you know, when people pay it forward. Love that movie when it came out. I just wish that people would remember that, because how would you like it if somebody kicked you down when you're sad or going through stuff? You won't like it.
I think it's the age-old saying, isn't it? Treat people how you would like
You
to
want
be
to be
treated
treated.
yourself.
Absolutely. That's how I look at it. You come attacking me and I don't deserve it, you're gonna probably get attacked back by me. Not physically, well, I could, but I won't. But I just mean that it's one of those things. Be nice to me. I never go out of my way to be nasty to somebody. Never have. It's not my way. But if you're going to be nasty to me, then I'm going to give it back to you, because that means that, you know, basically your life sucks and you want to take it out on me for no reason, and I didn't deserve it. Or you hate your life so much that you keep walking around this world putting nasty posts on people's comments because your life sucks. And someone pissed in your cornflakes every single darn day. And they have those black clouds that hover around them. Whereas me, the sun shines and I'm happy and I'm good with that. You know, I don't care if I
They're
wake up
just
in the morning.
sad, aren't they? They have such sad lives.
Yeah,
No
but you
point.
know, right.
Yeah.
All I say is, again, people can have the rights to their opinions, and it's not for me to sit there and say that you're wrong about this or you're wrong about that. Because even if you are from the planet Pluto, you know, and you think that, you know, like that freaking some alien dropped down and picked up, you know, somebody and then planted him back over here, you know, and stuff like that, so be it. You know, I might think you're cuckoo, and I might think that, you know, you got a few screws loose. But hey, each to their own, right? If this world didn't have those type of people in it, it'd be pretty boring if everyone was the darn same, wouldn't it? But in saying that, you know, you're here for a good time on this planet, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun doesn't shine every day unless you come here to this channel. Then the sun's here. Okay, just saying. What's the Medium YouTube channel, please? I don't know what the YouTube channel is, Boo. I just know that his name is Jason. Can't think of his middle name now. Jason Rothwell. So you would have to go to his Facebook. Thank you. Jason Dean Rothwell. That's it, Angel. Thank you so much. So I need to get back on track to that one. So my thing is this. Whether or not he just decided that he felt the urge to go down on the 19th that day because he was having these vibes of, you know, that whatever mediumship was coming to him, at the end of the day, he still found Nicola Bully. Whatever brought him there, whether it was fate, destiny, or the fact that he just simply wanted to go check it out, and all of a sudden he sees this, you know, body, which is Nicola's, floating in the water about a quarter of a mile before it went under the brush, you know, in that spot. So I don't have an issue with it at all. I mean, him and that girl found her. I don't think that he like threw her in there and then went, "Ooh, look it, I found her," you know, nothing like that. I just think that the right time came along. The police couldn't find her. You know, nobody could find her. There's sonar, and that's what always throws me off. You know. Thanks, Denise. Thanks for becoming a member. Yeah. So, like I said, you know, I don't really care how she was found. Well, no, I do care. I think that they really should have found her because they had nothing to give us at all. Big fat zero. Big fat Cheerio is all they gave us. No clothes, no nothing, no slide mark, anything to say that, hey, Nicola's, you know, like this is the reason we believe that Nicola fell in here in a sense. You know, they just said it. They didn't say that, you know, they didn't give any substance behind it. They just basically wanted you to shut up and listen to what they were saying. And it's not to say that it didn't happen. But the thing is, when you give somebody zero to go on, and then they turn around and don't even find her, and somebody else does, whether it's a psychic medium or not. They simply did not. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. He was lucky. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. He could have like, you know, had these spiritual things telling him to go down and check it out. Maybe he did. I'm not going to sit there and take that away from him. If the dude felt like that and that's what happened, or he could have just been there and, was walking along the river wire. And then all of a sudden, through fate, destiny, whatever, that he's the one and that lady that he was with spotted Nicola. I'm just glad that Nicola, unlike a lot of people, at least as sad as the case is, that she was found and she can have a proper, she had a proper burial. It's devastating. I look at Nicola Bully's face, and every time I look at her, she's like this bright light aura, a person where you can tell she's a beautiful soul inside and out, right? Because there's some people that are beautiful but ugly to the bone. But you look at Nicola and you might not know what's going on here, but the aura that she is that of a beautiful soul and a beautiful person.
Yeah, and we need to pray for the children, because I know what
Absolutely.
what
Wish we looked
happens.
at talk, yeah.
Yeah, what the kids go through when they've lost a parent is terrible. Just please pray. Please pray for the kids.
Yeah. That's what it becomes about. Like those poor children, like anyone that's lost a parent, you guys know, anyone that's ever lost a parent that's watching this live right now or watches it later, you guys know that it's a gaping hole that's missing in your heart. And these girls, like I said, no auntie can replace them. They might love them and that, but that doesn't replace your mother or your father. And that's the bottom line of it. And the girls, and that's the part that hurts, to be honest with you. The hardest cases for me, obviously, are the ones where, like a Reese Roger, where the body or a person has not been found and the family member has no clue, no resolution, no closure, no nothing. To that. Those are the saddest cases to me, because it's one thing that you can actually give a burial to somebody, even though a horrific tragedy had happened. But imagine just your child, and your child just disappeared, and you had no clue. Oh my God, the heartbreak of anyone. Yeah, Ange, she was a beautiful soul, but you got to take out the H. It's Nicola's without an H, unless you're doing one of these text things and it spells it that way. But that doesn't matter, because people always give me shit for saying UK words wrong. Imagine being, so Drama Lama Wendy says, imagine being one of the witnesses in this case in any capacity. Bloody nightmare. Everyone would think you're possibly suspect. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, oh yeah, there's lots of cases like that for sure. I don't, I do want to show you something though. Because, like, I don't really like to go too far off the realm of thinking. There's people out there that, do want to think, the conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. I don't really like to go too far. I just like to figure out the truth. That's it. I just want to know the truth. I don't care what the truth is. I just want to know the truth. But I'm not going to lie, and I'm just going to show this really quick, because I never really stared. Okay, here's beautiful lady right here. Right here, guys. Hold on a second, cancel. So there's beautiful Nicola right there. But I was like, okay, so I know who Emma White is and blah, 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 blah. And that's, of course, Nicola's was her good friend and whatever. And so in here, I'm not going to lie. Where is she? Did I put her in here? Oh, right here. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I can understand why people think that was Emma White coming out the door. And if you still think so, by all means do. So I decided to look at this picture myself, because it's been something talked about. And I don't normally do that too often. Well, it depends what I'm doing, to be honest. But I'm not going to lie. If you were to look at this picture that's on the screen, Miss Dog Lover, would you sit there at first glance and think that was the same person?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Anybody in chat? You guys in chat? Would you think it was the same person? And although we know that the one on the left is blurrier because that's the one where Nicola Bully say is coming out of the house. And that's one where the dog or whatever, but they took the kids out, so they didn't want to show that part.
No,
of it.
I've looked at this quite a few times, and I have to say, no, they're completely different.
Oh,
I can see why some people might think they're similar, but no, to me, they're not.
Oh, and so I'm going to disagree with you on that because I actually, yeah, because like meaning if I was to look at the shape of the nose in a sense, and it's kind of got that same similarness to it, and I look at the chin and the cheeks and the hairline, I'm not going to lie. If I looked at that picture without really truly looking at it, I would sit there and go, yeah, like, but I usually like to do more work than just look at a picture. Typically, I like to just bring it in. I like to look at the lips, the eyes, the nose, the cheekbones, the hairline, whatever, because I want to be as certain as I can in my work. But so to me, when I look at this picture myself, and I'm like I said, and knowing Nicola, this more looks like Emma in the left-hand picture than it does Nicola to me. If I was to go by facial features, but again, I would always spend a lot more time looking than just at a first glance. But I can understand why people think that, say, this might be Emma White. I don't believe so myself, you guys, but
I'm just being honest.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Because I've really studied both pictures, and yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And for me, like, each to their own what they do. Okay. I like to dive into work myself. Now, I don't always get it right. We know that. But at the end of the day, I do try to do always my due diligence the best that I can, to try to, look for the actual names, the answers, and stuff like that. But no one's perfect. Sometimes we get it all wrong and stuff like that. Not all wrong, but some things wrong. But I just kind of went to this picture because I saw somebody do a side by side of it. And I thought, let me take a look at this myself. And I was just kind of staring at it. And in all fairness, Nikki and Emma have a lot of similarities. So again, and just like
I agree with that. They do have similarities. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. At first glance, I'd be like, yeah, like their noses and their face is very similar, until you dive into it more, and then go, oh, well, maybe the ears are different on this one or this. But it is hard to work with a blurrier picture for sure. I mean, obviously, and the thing is that when when Paul Ansel gave Grizzly True Crime that video, they took out that, I remember seeing it, but they took out that spot where Nicola was, say, coming out the door. And all we kept seeing was the back of her besides the still photo. I think yours the same that is Emma, I believe. Well, the thing is that I don't believe it's Emma. I believe it's Nicola Bully. But I'll just
be back, Sonny. I'll be back.
Yeah. I do think that there's similarities and stuff like that. At the end of the day, Peter or anybody else that's watching, I simply want the truth. That's it. Whether that was ever deemed that was Emma and that there was some big conspiracy going on, doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I just want the truth to be told. That's just it. I'm a truthologist, I call it like it is, say it like it is, or say at least what I'm thinking type of idea. And for me, I just want the truth. I don't want, like I said, with Nicola's inquest, if she died from self-fate or, something like that, just tell us. Just tell us the truth, And if it comes back that it was an accident and whatever, I mean, how else can we prove it differently besides think it? That's all we got left, really, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, just like Delphi, just like any other case, you just want, if anyone's responsible, you just want who's ever responsible or the truth just to surface. That's it. So when you have the police and you have the newspapers fudging up this case so badly, like they did, you know, and then, kind of like, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it, and then have Nicola Bully's parents kind of lash out at the people that were helping them, you know, um, yet respecting the fact that they're going through a tragic time. But it's because of the news media that's what gives coverage and people to come from far and wide to try to help search for Nicola, to put it out there and stuff like that, So bottom line is just the truth. That's it. That's it. That's not too much to ask, is it, guys? I'm going to overlay them two images. Yeah. Yeah. On my iPad, I use my computer for doing lives and stuff like that. Miss Douglas, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I was just thinking, I think we need to wait for the inquest next month.
I was going to say, no matter what, we have to wait for the inquest anyway. It's kind of like Delphi. It's not going to stop people from questioning things or looking into things. As long as, to me, as you're not trying to specifically hurt anybody, and you're trying to do it in a decent fashion, in a sense, my thing is, just like any other case, just like Coburg or whatever, we know, like I said, I wasn't born yesterday. I know the inquest is on June 26th, but that's not going to stop people from speculating or talking about
exactly.
it,
Like, I think, personally, I think
that
Coburger is guilty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we don't know until he's been tried. So, yeah.
Well, but the thing is, right, like most people, they're gonna there's some ridiculous things going on in that case there, but at the end of the day, right, like I said, it no different than Delphi. You just kept digging and digging. You're just trying to find answers. You're just trying to find truth. Well, Nicola's case, we don't know what the truth is yet until the inquest comes out, and then you just hope that that they do. They just lay it out on the line and be truthful, if they even say it. I mean, hopefully, I think that they have to, don't they? I don't know. How does
to be
it work
honest,
there?
Knowing the UK, whatever comes out, the inquest, I would believe it 100%. 100%.
You would?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you feel like that. Yeah. I mean, for the most part,
because I trust that. I mean, I don't trust the UK police. This is very hard for me to say because I've got police in the family. But with what's gone on, I know it can be very corrupt, but I think I believe the coroner when I'll believe the coroner when when they come out with the results from what happened to her.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, you hope so. But again, even with coroners, though, they make mistakes. Look at Ray Hanish's case. That's one right there. The first coroner deemed Ray Hanish as natural causes. Then they changed it to accidental homicide, asphyxiation, or whatever. So, meaning the thing is that probably 99.999, or probably let's just give them 98 actually % chances are they got it right. And then there's that small percent. So it's one of those things when Nicola's hopefully inquest comes out, it's going to be one of those things, like.
Yeah, I'm actually just going by what happened with my brother in the UK with the coroner. We had no problems, no doubts with what the coroner had actually said. So, yeah, I'm just going by the UK
absolutely.
coroner, system.
Yeah, because we can't, honestly, it would be very naive and impractical if everyone just walked around thinking everything is corrupt and that everything was conspiracy. Life doesn't really work like that. I mean, sure, we have corrupt government. Sure, we got a lot of, snakes in the grass, but not everyone's corrupt. And, you like to think that most things are on the up and up. And, that's what we're led to believe typically. So you can't go around thinking that the coroner's corrupt, that all the police are corrupt. That this is
there's a lot of respect for the dead in the UK, and sorry to sound quite they do really look after your deceased loved ones here in the UK, from my experience anyway. So there's a lot of respect.
in the video that I'm uploading, towards the end of the video, and you guys make sure you guys watch it all through, okay? Or else you guys are just gonna miss the point. So don't be cheating, whatever. Lay down in bed, eat some chips, bonbons, have some drinks, whatever. But try to make sure that you watch the entire video, because it is meaning you have to watch the flow of the video. If you start going jumping around, and then start leaving comments, because I can always tell when somebody leaves a comment and they didn't watch the video properly, and then it's just like, or there's somebody that's bad for that. Who is it? Psychics, is that you that does that to me? I think it's psychics. It's just like, I'm like, dude, did you even listen to what I said? So I when I was doing this one Nicola Bully video, okay, sometimes I put a ton of effort into it, and other times it's more just that I'm talking and I'll throw some pictures up. And it just so happened on this particular one, this one made me laugh. It just so happened on this particular one that when I started talking about the cameras on the Rowan Watergate, the picture of the kissing gate came up. And then I think Psychics leaves me a message and says, I think you're getting your gates mixed up and whatever. No, you were just looking at the picture. It just so happened that picture popped up of the kissing gate as I was talking about the Rowan water cameras, I should say. And he thought I was getting it mixed up, thinking that the camera was on the kissing gates. And I'm just like, no, because you're not listening. You're looking at the picture, but you're not listening to what my words are. So, yeah, I promise I'll watch through first. Yeah, honestly, again, if someone really truly wants to understand that timeline, I think I've done a very reasonable, common sense job filling in those little gaps that we know are there to make sense of it. And now what Ron said does make sense. It didn't at first. At first, I was like, "What do you mean?" So, what do you mean? Because you must have been one of the ones that Penny called, and that. What do you mean you walked by and went up to the red building and thought, oh, something's not right? Like, what do you mean? Like, how, who saw the phone first? And to be honest, and the bottom line is that both of them did at separate times. But again, if you watch the video through and you listen to what I'm saying properly, you'll see that it makes a lot of sense of what happened and why there's that big gap there between 9:33 to that 10:50 area. Because it's not like what most people think. And it's going to give you Ron's name at some point in the video. It's going to tell you who Patricia, it'll show you Pat's name. I'll just say that now, actually. Patricia. That's Ron's wife, Penny's sister. And, so like I said, just listen to it. The one thing it doesn't do is, I don't know how Nicola Bully, basically died. So I don't know the answers to that. Of course I don't.
I don't think it happened by the bench. Personally, I don't. Yeah, with the spaniel, no one heard the dog. I've got spaniels and they are so neurotic. They will scream the place down if something happens. And my two, personally, they won't actually get in the water. I know some spaniels probably will, but yeah, it just seems very strange. I really don't think she went in by the bench.
I'm not so sure about that. But then again, because in this video too, I'm going to show you both sides of the water. And I'm going to I'm going to let you listen to what this one gentleman was saying. And I think unless you literally go there yourself, I was trying to visually show it to you guys as best as I could and what this gentleman was saying in the video about that. So when you look at the steep incline that bench is on, which is about a 40-degree incline, and then it drops off about 80 degrees. But I'll let you guys watch that in the video. And again, just give your thoughts, right? But I'm just asking if you're going to watch it, just watch it and listen. So if you truly want to understand the timeline, I think I've done a really good job of interpreting what pretty much must have happened that day. That makes absolute sense, because the bottom line is we didn't get all the information. We got parts of information. The one thing that is still very unclear to me is about the witnesses, because because they have said 8:40 that Nicola Bully saw someone. They said that at 8:43 she was on the towpath before the Iron Bridge. They put her at 8:47 on the towpath. They put her at 8:47 on the lower field. They put her at 9:10 as the last witness seeing her. That's probably the most sane one, to be honest with you. And then they say in different parts that her phone, like Sally Riley said specifically 2 times, 2 interviews, her phone was on the bench at 9:20. Rebecca Smith says her phone was moving towards the bench at 9:20, right? There's no consistency is what they're saying. So you have to, use your own brain cells and read between the lines of certain things of what could have happened. Because at first in my head, I was going like, and I think like everyone, you're going, where's this big gap coming from? Why did it take so long? But listen to the video and I'll release it tomorrow, guys. It's too late. I have a live tonight. Is that video even uploaded yet? Let me just see where it's at. Oh, it's at 55%. Whew, yeah, it's going to be another hour or two, won't it? By the time, and that's just to hit the SD check and not even the checking.
Oh, thank you, Lizzie D.
Lizzie, that's Miss Dog Lover. She's our UK friend. She's our dog friend.
God bless you. God bless you.
And she just came off a nice vacation. Well, kind of, because she bumped her knees, though. But she just came back from Greece not too long ago. Yeah.
Smashed my knees in. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you think that the police saying that the phone made its way to the bench is sus? I think you meant to say sus and not NB made her way to the bench. Well, bottom line is, Angel, when it comes to that comment right there, all they could use for that was data. The thing is that they had one camera working that was pointing to the caravan site. I'm pretty darn sure that they got Nicola Bully on camera on that, we'll call it the left side. If you're looking at the where the red shows where you can't see somebody, I'm pretty sure that they have her on the left side for CCTV footage, but they of course didn't offer that up to the public. Because again, they're going to tell you what they want to give you. They're not going to give you everything. They're just going to tell you, in a sense. They know how to play their games like that. So if they have that one camera working and Nicola's on that side of the camera, then they would have her on CCTV for sure towards when they talk about the front of the site and the entrance and the gate. So as for it being sus, bottom line is that because she would have been on the other side from 9:10 to like 9:20, they can't have that on camera. They don't got that part on camera. So all they know is that by phone data, that phone is moving towards the bench, but they don't have any footage of it. What actually drove me crazy was the fact of, why would you say 9:10 to 9:20 you're looking for footage? I mean, you didn't place someone till 9:33 finding the phone. So why would you only use that timeline? That did not make sense. I don't know if it was a misspeak or whatever, but if somebody last saw her in the upper field, so whether that witness was in the upper field or the lower field and saw her, bottom line is that, they don't have a visual of Nicola Bully, obviously from 9:10 to 9:20, but why would you stop it there? Why wouldn't you say till at least 9:30? That never made sense to me.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Lizzie D, apparently she's the one that adopts dogs from Zakynthos Island, where I've just been.
Oh, I adopt dogs from Zante, strays in Greece. I hope you're like, oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet,
So
Lizzie.
lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Kids and pets, right? Kids and pets, and dog and animals, they don't talk you back. They're not mean. Well, some of them are actually, I guess, but you know what I mean. That's very sweet. You have a very kind soul then, for sure. Absolutely.
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you.
Yeah. Just like Miss Dog Lover, she's a great person. You can tell she just has a lot of love and a lot of heart. You can always tell those ones. Let me just quickly say, don't you think, Angel says, don't you think that the police, oh no, I already read that one. I asked Sunny about when Nicola tied Willow up, so she didn't follow her if she wanted to. Hi, honey.
Hey.
Say hi to everyone, honey.
Hi to everyone, honey.
Hi, everyone, honey. If she wanted to get away or commit the unthinkable, that's just the thing, Denise.
Hi,
What you realize?
Steve.
Oh, he's gone now.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, door's closed. He can't hear you now. Good fight. Next time. He's cleaning. Shh. Don't bug him. He's cleaning right now. Um, so so my thing is that Denise, what I've come to know, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna think it was more of an accident. If I for a long time I thought, that she might have taken her own life because of the things that they were saying, but if there's one thing I have come to know about true crime and cases, is that it doesn't matter what you think, what people do are two different things. Because that would be a normal thing to think. But it depends what kind of headspace somebody is in, you know. So maybe she thought tying him up would be, worse if that was the case. Let's just say she did do self-fade, right? She might think that that's worse tying him up than just letting him run around. Let's just say that. But all I know is that no matter what you say, you know enough cases that doesn't matter if people have children, doesn't matter if people have pets, people will do the darndest things. And you can't make not rhyme nor reason out of it, because a normal thinking brain that's working, that's just thinking logically, is not going to do that. They're going to tie the dog up in that. But if your space is in a whole different thing, right? So unless you live in somebody's shoes, in a sense, I've seen these cases where you can't understand it. You can't. I mean, look at all these cases across the internet. Stepmom puts her kid in suitcase, and all that stuff. It's just crazy. So it's when you're trying to think of things logically, like, well, why wouldn't they do that? And it's no different, say, than like, let's just hypothetically say that Nicola Bully's phone was unlocked. I don't believe it was unlocked at all. I believe it was locked. Now, so let's just say it was unlocked. Well, you got someone like me who would come across that phone, probably trying to tamper with it and try to figure out who owns it, blah, blah, blah. And then you have someone like Penny Fletcher's age, probably not, tampering with it. Oh, sorry, I'm lagging. I can feel myself lagging there. But anyway, I think I'm better. But anyways, and it really depends on the person, because Penny just might have thought, well, I don't want to touch it because maybe the person's around here still, you know. She takes down the number in her head, heads on home, and, and maybe never even thought to do it. So I believe that Nicola Bully's phone definitely was locked, for sure. It's the only thing that really truly makes sense, because any normal person would have picked up that phone and tried to figure out who, but you can't speak for everybody, because just because we would have done that, that doesn't mean that Penny would have done that. I gotta get going here right soon, just because we have a live again at Delphi, and I was just trying to do this to let you guys know that I couldn't upload it today. Miss Dogliver, what else do you want to say?
Yeah, so I'll try and tune in later, but I just wanted to say that I thought that Keegan Klein looked like Jabba the Hutt earlier.
Keegan Klein?
Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's nothing pretty about that dude. He's ugly. He looks like he ate about 1,000 Twinkies. I mean, he's just disgusting. And the reason why he's disgusting is because anyone that does that to children, and you're an adult, you're sick. You're sick. Dude, you're sick. Not only are you ugly, you're sick. And he looked like a big freaking pumpkin. Is what he looked. He looked like a disgusting pumpkin. Is what he looked like.
He's absolutely
he is disgusting
inside and out.
Actually, I don't.
Someone who allegedly has viewed videos of 3-year-olds. I don't think.
Oops. Go ahead. Sorry, Miss Dogliver.
I don't think they should ever get out of prison.
Yeah,
because they're so dangerous. They're so bloody dangerous.
Yeah.
Why should they be able to walk freely on this earth?
Well, I put a video about something that happened in my life. When I was talking about certain cases. Oh, I know. I was talking about trivia, and then I was talking about what happened to me and my family. that, it's a story that I've shared here and there. There you go. There's pumpkin butt right there, guys. You guys know you love it. You guys know you like looking at that. Thank you for subscribing. Best Sake Liquid. That's quite the name, to be honest with you. But anyways, you guys can stare at that joyous occasion. See, there's a 20 Twinkies in one cheek and about 800 in the other.
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt, right? Look at that guy is balding, dude. You're like 28 years old, whatever you are now. But bottom line is that happened to me. And the person, and I'm not going to say the name of it because it's like the paper bag, RAPIST. That's what they would be. That's what he's called in Canada here. It happened back in like 1979. But bottom line is that's how susceptible you could be to these predators. And thing is, he will never get out. Why? I'll tell you why. Because he's smart enough to tell them that if I get let out, I'm going to reoffend. Okay? And Mr. Snack Butcher here that sits in his room, right? This is your typical guy right here. Okay? No offense, because it is what it is. He's your typical like 450-pound dude, that really can't find any girls. Spends his life on his computer with the fridge right beside him, cracking back the Coke pots, the Twinkies, whatever he's doing. And he's doing all his stuff online, spending his life in his bedroom. Why? Because the real world, probably in his mind doesn't like him so much. He's a narcissist. That's somebody that portrays like he's the Anthony Shots account, acts all cool and all this stuff. Only because I met one of these people. Trust me, I spent a couple of years trying to think I could fix one of these people from the internet. Good luck. Okay, good luck. Run. Okay. If you ever come across someone that's arrogant, full of themselves, and that they literally do that push-pull thing with you, like 1 minute they're this, 1 minute they're treating you like crap. When I listened to that interview that his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, what's her name? Ali Conquer.
Lilith.
No, that's no.
She's still around. Yeah.
Right. But I'm talking about a real girlfriend, the one that he was with, right? And for whatever reason, I'm telling you, the one that he was with when they went to go get the phones, they lived in Kokomo. Okay. Now, so when she was telling her story, and because I lived through that type of person myself, and it's not that I was with this person, I just came across him on a game, and I knew that he was screwed up, and I thought to myself, oh, I feel sad for this person. I did not know about all these freaking disorders and narcissism and all these disorders that overlap and clusters and all this stuff. So I couldn't figure out what was wrong with this dude. I knew he was
He's a psychopath.
Narcissist, whatever you want to call them.
Not a narcissist.
Yeah, well, a narcissist is, I just remember always reading that a narcissist doesn't stand alone. It's because of other disorders that create the narcissist. And those people are gaslighters and burners. And that's exactly what they are. He
like
says,
the Kardashians.
It's just when somebody puts on a mask and this pretense. And like I said, they sit there and they push and they pull. They just basically use you for their own purposes that they need, their own fulfillment of whatever they're getting out of you. And then when they don't want something, you are going to get talked to disrespectfully. They're going to call you names. They're going to do this. And then they're going to be like, and then they're going to play the nice person again. And then they're going to rotate it again and do it again. And yet they look like that. You know what I mean? Then they look like that. Those are your full-blown narcissistic people that don't have the looks, don't have nothing to do it. They fall in that little fantasy, living in their room, pretending to be an Anthony Shots account. And really, they're just a nobody to whatever. But they know that. But they can't face the fact that they're really just a nobody to people, really, because that's how they've done it to themselves because of their own insecurities, I mean, if someone was secure with themselves, which everyone should be, doesn't matter if you're big or small or whatever you are, if you love yourself, you wouldn't care about that stuff because people will love you for who you are. But most people, there's a lot of people, of course, that in the world that are insecure, and they have to be something in a sense that they're not, and they have to portray this image. And and
to me that looks like Jabba the Hutt in an orange jumpsuit.
Yeah. Definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't make you guys look at that anymore. No. Whoops, hold on. I can't make you guys look at that anymore.
Disgusting.
Yeah, let's look at the front side, people. Let's look at the front side. There you go.
Anyway,
There
I've
you
got to
go.
go, Sonny. But
Yeah,
thanks
and
for
you know what?
coming
No, it's
on.
okay. Yeah,
Gotta
I'll
go
let
to
you
bed.
go.
Late.
And I'll see you later. And then we'll have to have a live where we're just shooting the crap together, okay? You know,
Yeah.
just
Thanks for having me on.
just a YOLO one
See you
like we do
later.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Love you
Love you,
lots.
Miss Dog Lover.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Yeah, love Miss Dog Lover. That woman lives and breathes this channel. I swear to God, she is an amazing person. There's a lot of you guys out there that do that. Oh, so Pinchot, this guy, this would have to do with the Delphi case, but by a separate entity. This guy here, while the Delphi, so when the Delphi case, if you haven't heard of it, it's like one of the biggest cases that was going on and still is in the USA, right? Along with the Idaho 4. There's certain cases that just reach that stage like Nicola Bully's did, where it went national around the world. Everyone knows about it. Same with Delphi. But Delphi is 6 years old now. But so what happened with this guy here, his name is Keegan Klein, okay? Thank you, Angel. I see that. Thank you, Angel. So with Delphi, that's with Abby and Libby. It was two young girls that were, of course, their lives were taken on the bridge, and they were red rummed. Okay, very sad story. Bottom line is, there's a lot of twists and turns to that case, but in those twists and turns of this case, the Anthony Shots account. Thank you, Angel.
Angel Super Chat. £5. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Angel. Appreciate that. Thank you guys. And thank you guys. If you guys could just hit that like button too, that really means a lot as well. Like I said, with the algorithm and pushing that out. Thank you guys. But anyways, so Anthony Shots was one of the last, like the account that had talked to Libby German's phone, and Libby is one of the two girls that, of course, whose life was taken. And so because of his phone, and he was pretending to be this Anthony Shots account, right? This good looking cop from Alaska. Okay, they were luring people in with this account. But because of an incident that happened to one of Libby's friends after the girl's homicides, his phone that had been talking to Libby, well, come to find out, his phone led to the biggest CSAM ring in Indiana. Okay? That's the biggest CSAM ring in Indiana. I believe she did, Ginger. Yeah, I believe it. We've never officially heard that, but I believe she absolutely did. But so that's where this dude comes in. So, because of his phone, the biggest CSAM in Indiana, to Chunkawunka there. He had some Dropbox going on. And now the thing is that, okay, Keegan Klein, it's a matter of if he's attached to actually Delphi. Everything is pointing towards that, not Seaside, CSAM, SA, bad boys that like little girls, that type of thing, get their pictures and stuff like that, CSAM. So that thing right there is a big POS, and he deserves everything that's coming to him. If he has anything to do with Delphi, like I said, you know what, dude, you're up the creek without a paddle forever. So anyways, that's who that dude is. So what happened, you guys, was this. It was his court date yesterday. You know how courts drag crap out and they do all this stuff, and then they want to always have this hearing that day, and then they postpone it, or they want a motion and this and that. So it was his sentencing yesterday. Okay, right, exactly. So it was finally, the day had come, right? He decided that he was going to plead guilty to the charges, blah, 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 blah. And you know that these people play games, like his lawyers and all that stuff, because that's what their job is, right? They're there to defend their client, and they're there to look for anything that they can do so that they can give reasonable doubt, blah, blah, blah. But in his case, so he decides that he's going to plead guilty, finally, right? About a month or so ago. Yesterday was his sentencing. What do you think happened, guys? What do you think happened? Well, of course, he decides to change his mind at the, like 1100th hour type of thing. Hey, judge, whatever. It's just a game. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting that the courts work that way out there in the US, I mean. But I'm not going to say for Canada. I don't want to speak for England on that. But it's really disgusting how they constantly, that the lawyers are allowed to use loopholes, manipulate the system, and all that stuff makes it, right, Ginger? Yeah. But it's just disgusting to me. So, of course, the judge, smack that judge. So the judge, of course, has to, give him his rights and say, okay, we're just going to play games. Hey, Miss Dog Lover, thank you. Oh, you didn't have to do that, though. Well, $5 for each knee, okay? You're paying me for hurting your knees. I say, throw away the key. Absolutely. Like I said, me and my sisters and that are lucky to be alive to this day from our incident when we were younger. And thank goodness he's behind bars, but they caught him like 200 and so victims there. Miss Dog Lover wanted you to say hi to her, honey.
Huh?
Miss Dog Lover, she said, one sec, honey. Baby? She left me. Oh,
Miss
there you
Dog
are.
Lover super chat.
Miss Dog Lover.
£9.99. Thank you.
She paid that.
Thank you. Heart.
She paid that $9.99 so that she could hear you say hi to her, she said.
Hello, Miss Dog Lover.
Thank you very much, honey.
Is that it?
Yep. Do you want to say you love anybody else while you're here?
Nah.
No?
I don't see any other donations.
Yeah. Oh. You smart ass. Okay, Miss Dog Lover. Oh, that one was for you.
Thank you.
That was so sweet. Okay. So yeah, it's just appalling to me that the way that the yeah, right. Hey, Drama Llama, I was just about to say you too until my husband said that last comment, and I was like, right, you got to earn those things, Drama Llama. But yeah, it's victimizing the victims. All those victims that have had to deal with this big piece of log right in front of you, now have to wait yet again. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy's going to do time, but it's just a bunch of games. All right. Imagine if this was your family member, right? And this happened to you and you're waiting for that sentencing. And then at the last hour, Chunko Wunko here decides, well, his lawyers, obviously, it was a game. It was a tactic, well, Pincho. This is Pincho. The thing is, Pincho, you're going to get that timeline when I put out the video tomorrow that I was going to put out today. Pincho likes to be like blunt. And this is where I tell you, Pincho, you got to go make your own channel and then you can go talk about whatever you want. Because I only actually did this live that was going to be less than an hour just so I can tell you that I apologize. But because it took me so long to finish a video that took, I don't know, probably about 15, 20 hours, somewhere in that area, that due to the fact I made one small little wrong thing in it that I had to take it out. So it's uploading, and let me even see where it's at right now. So it's not coming out till tomorrow. Wait a second. Why is that saying? Oh, it's finally checking at 8%. But there's no point in me releasing it tonight. It's well over 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the UK. So I'm just going to have to wait, and I apologize. And well, I mean, I shouldn't have to apologize, but I am doing it because I just think that I said I was going to deliver the video today, and it just went sideways on me today. And unfortunately, it takes forever to upload a 47-minute video. And then when you screw it up, it takes longer. Pinch, what if a Nicola Bully people with bipolar can still be a victim of a crime? Yep. It's 11:30 over there. Okay, do you start Penny at 9:15? Well, the bottom line, honestly, with that is, for me, tit for tat, potato on that one. 9:10, 9:15. It really makes no difference to me on that timeline of the 9:10 or 9:15. It's no different if the phone was found at 9:37 instead of 9:33. At the end of the day, between a small period of time, Nicola Bully, something happened to her during a small window. So, we can't sit there and start her off at 9:15 when we don't really know the facts. We can only go by what they've said and, or use whatever you got. But at the end of the day, you have to try to stick within what they've told you. And 9:10 seems reasonable, but it could have been 9:15. You know. Oh, I see. Oh, so you know what? Hold on. That's my bad, Pincho. I thought you were talking about Nicola Bully. You're talking about Penny. Penny. Do I start off? Are you trying to say that she's a witness? Is that why you think that she was the witness on the field? Is that why you're saying that for Penny? So I believe that Penny. No, I believe that Penny left her home probably at about 9:20. 9:20. Oh, okay. No, after going through it all, Pincho, I used to think she was a witness. I don't think so anymore. I don't think so. Um, hmm. I always thought that Penny was a witness, the lady that found the phone. Do any of you guys think that Penny's a witness and all that? It's two females. Hmm. Because according to John, that field is so small. The person that was interacting with her dog, had left. So no, it couldn't be. Yes, Penny, but it couldn't be. Right? It couldn't be. Because okay, so if we have to kind of take somewhat what the police is saying. So the person that interacted, we don't even know if 847 exists, to be honest with you. But according to police, okay, we got to take some of what they say as being true. According to police, 847, the person interacted and then they, left the field. That was the first person to interact. So that wouldn't make sense because Penny would have obviously seen Nicola on the bench because that field is very small and it wouldn't make sense to come in across the phone if she's already in the, like you would see her. It's that small. Like that's what John specifically, because on Google Maps, it makes it look bigger. So unless you absolutely live there, Penny didn't well, correct. I get that. Grumpy Penny, right? So somebody, Harlow, was it Harlow? Barlow? Some guy named Barlow is the guy that with the white fluffy dog. Now, even then, we've heard that he's not actually the last witness, that it was a female. So she must have seen her. I saw that Penny's grandson on another video. He seemed very angry. Yeah, you're talking about on Curtis Media, on there. Yeah. And I get it. He's young, mouthpiece type of idea. I mean, I get it. Someone's bugging his grandma. Out comes the mouth. Yes, Lacey. Just so you know, yeah. So after me and Aspen, my husband approved this. So after me and Aspen make out, so after I make out with your boyfriend prior to the live, then I'm going to be live with him tonight. Get jealous, Lacey. Don't worry. I'll leave you my seconds, my sloppy seconds. Don't worry. So no, I used to believe that Penny was a witness. I don't anymore because it doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, right? And if it doesn't make sense to the ear, my grandma always said, if it doesn't make sense, that's because there's something wrong. And I don't believe that Penny was. I used to, like I said, I haven't even thought about that in a while, to be honest, because I used to think that she was. But then I realized how small the field was. And then Penny would have seen her. I mean, it's still very plausible. Like, it's not, I'm just trying to think here. Penny's in the lower field. But no, but the police said that the person had left through the gate already. So that would be weird. So unless they're lying to us there again, That would be weird. I mean, it's no harm in thinking that she's the first witness. Yeah, that's right, Lacey. Penny can't do 10 things from 9:30 to 9:33. Well, at the end of the day, Penny's the first one that came across that phone. And Willow, and then the harness, leash thing, whatever. That's, to me, certain. So unless they twisted it on us again and Penny was originally the first witness and then walked over there with her dog and seen her, even though they've said this is what makes it hard, Pincho, okay? Is that you can try to make the best sense of it you can, but when you have complete incompetence from the police and the media and nobody can get their shit together and get it right, it makes it really hard for people that don't live there when you're going only off of media and what you're being told. And because they have so many inconsistencies themselves, you just don't know what's right or wrong in a sense. Unless you, like I said, can put two and two together, it's really hard. I mean, like I said, the guy, whatever his name is, Barlow or Harlow, and his wife Hillary there, that spoke for her husband, apparently. Even he's not deemed as the 910 last sighting, like we've heard, like many of us have heard. I mean, if you go over to Grizzly True Crime, she'll tell you it's two females and that the guy with the white fluffy dog, and the thing is that I don't even believe in the twine thing anymore because you can tell it by the way Ron's speaking, but again, listen to the video when it comes out tomorrow. Just watch it. Okay. Listen to it fully, pay attention, and then determine, where you think there's something missing. Or if somebody has something else to add to that video tomorrow, like actual information, I don't just mean sending me an email telling me, Sonny, like this person's this, okay? I've legitimately found no connection between Paul Ansel being freaking Penny's niece or nephew or something like that. There's things that I think that are out there that people are selling, and it's not true and stuff like that. But if you literally have like physical information to show that, that there's something that you can show towards that timeline, whether it's a witness or whatever, then by all means. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to one thing. You just want answers. You just want the truth, right? And in order to figure out the truth, you have to have the information in front of you and not just parts and pieces of it as best as you can. But when it comes to Nicola Bully, you're only going to ever have to believe what you do believe. If you don't believe what the inquest will say, because there's not one person, unless you feel like there is, like, let's just say somebody thought that it was a third party, okay? That person's not going to walk up to you and tell you that they did it. Nobody's going to tell you that. Just like we're never going to know if she actually fell in right there or if it was for some other reason. So we only can rely on the inquest to give us the closest answer. And that's only if you choose to believe it or not. Other than that, the witnesses you can figure out, the timeline you can figure out, but it takes more than one person to do it. And like I said, thanks to a couple of people, but especially the one, I'll call her TNT, because I don't know if she wants her name to be used, so I'll just call her TNT. She sent me the information that was to do with who Ron was, Penny's sister, Christine Bowman, and just connecting a family tree, basically. I mean, I was just too cheap to pay the stupid. I didn't want to create another stupid ancestry tree thing. Done that before. I just didn't feel like doing it myself because I get tired of sitting there making one, then sitting there doing all that research and then canceling and whatever. Now, the only thing I want to kick myself for is that this person sent me a message April 1st. I only seen that message the other day. I want to kick myself for all the looking and searching I was doing when it was right there at my fingertips that somebody sent me. That sucks. Need to check the Brock. Anyways, you guys, I really need to get going. I need to do a thumbnail still for tonight. I need to get ready for the live. Gotta have dinner. Gotta go see my husband. And that. So again, watch the video tomorrow. And I'm sorry I'm not putting it out today, okay? Even when it's ready, I'm not going to put it out till tomorrow. And I'll do it just so I can do it at a reasonable UK time. Doesn't make sense logically to put it out, in the morning time when everyone's basically going to bed now. So check that out. And then again, if you have something to offer, like I said, no need to be attacking or whatever. And when people spend a lot of time doing something, again, it's just my ideas, my thoughts, in a sense, and maybe there's something somebody can add to it or whatever, or like I said, just listen to it. So you'll see. I mean, like I said, just trying my best to understand the Nicola Bully case, and I think that's what's been driving me personally crazy is this whole timeline thing. As for the witnesses, I don't even know what to believe on those anymore. They're given so many times, and frickin' the lady in red, frickin' is walking in front of the house of the Ruperts, and or the Fletchers and stuff like that the Rupert and his sister own, and I don't know. Who was with Paul that morning when he got the call? Is that in the 22-minute video? DW Bull? Who was Paul with that morning? I think he was wasn't he at Emma's house in that interview? Somebody said. Thank you, Jamalama. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work, absolutely. But you know what? When I believe in something, I like to set my mind, even if it takes as long as it does, right? Who was the pony that morning when he got the call? I'd have to listen back because I've listened to that video many times. So is that actually in? Paul says we left, so that means we. Is it okay, Pincho? Is that in that 22-minute video? Because I'm pretty sure I think he was at Emma's. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because I've watched that video many times. So, and I believe was at Emma's house. So, well, no, because you're right, Angel, right. He said he went upstairs to get change for the gym. I'm going to have to, you know what? I've listened to that video many times. Does anybody kind of roughly have an estimated time in that 22-minute video where that is? Because I don't have it open. I had it open yesterday. The morning that he changed into his gym gear. Okay, is that kind of around the time that he said that about this week? Is that perhaps it? Because I'll go listen to it. Plus, he puts the kids in the car on CCTV. School calls him. Right when the school calls him. Right, in the school, he basically gives I got all that in the thing as well. School calls him at basically, well, he doesn't actually say when the school calls him, but you can tell when it's approximate, which is about 10:45. Yeah, bye, Lizzie. Anyways, I'll go listen to that again, you guys, tonight. We got the call. Okay, is that what he says? Okay, I know exactly where that part is in the video. I'm not going to listen to it now just because I do really need to get going and I want to spend some time. I want to listen to it. I was just listening to that yesterday. We got the call from the school, he says. I'll have to listen to it again. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bottom line is kids were obviously in the car. They made it to school. I mean, there'd be a whole different story going on if that was the case, Denise. Yeah. So anyways, you guys, I need to get going. Okay. I got a lot to do. And that video, I'll drop it about, I don't know. I'll probably drop it maybe about, depends when I wake up. Most times I wake up at 5, but I'll probably drop it around, I don't know, somewhere between 7 and 10 tomorrow. And then you guys, again, just please put your thoughts down there, right? Just truth and transparency and truth and honesty and justice for Nicola, whatever that justice is or whatever that truth is. I just hopefully that's what we get from it. That's all. That's what I care about myself. Yeah, and I'll listen to that one again at that particular spot. Because usually I catch stuff like that, but I didn't catch that if that was the case. But then again, sometimes that little British accent in there, it has a little bit of different twang to it. Who was we? It was him talking about the disappearance. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, you guys, God bless. You guys take care. Thanks for the couple super chats that come in there. From I think it was Angel and Miss Dog Lover there. I think that was it. And yeah, you guys take care and have a good one. Oh, and then Denise, I think you became a member. Is that what it was? I believe, Denise, right? Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later. Who's ever into the Keegan Klein Delphi tonight, I'll see you guys later in just a little bit. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.